What up, guys? Welcome to the first Monday movie review, quarantine edition. So I'm trying out a new format while we're all indoors and staying safe. So this is something we all can do to share our opinions and our love of movies. And the first movie that we did for this Monday review is Frozen 2, the sequel to 2013's Frozen, which is based upon Hans Christian Andersen's The Snow Queen. But I do enjoy Frozen. I watch a lot with my niece and nephew. Any kid I've watched it with plenty of times and heard the songs, and I get the fan base. Now the sequel, much different, and personally I think I like it a little more. So let's get into it. So a basic synopsis of the story. This takes place after Frozen 1, of course. This isn't the first Disney animated feature to have a sequel, but I think it's the first of the princesses to be theatrical, because Disney's done a lot of straight to video or straight to DVD or straight to digital now. But in terms of like Disney princesses, which have a very similar structure, you know, this is the first theatrical release, I believe. With that said, let's kind of go into details about the synopsis, just in case there are spoilers, possibly. So, Frozen 2 takes place after Frozen 1. At this point, the land of Arendelle is quite a peaceful land. There's a song called Something's Never Changed, basically showing you where Anna and Olaf are basically kind of singing about how things are great right now in Arendelle. Life's great, and Kristoff is hoping to ask Anna to marry him. So he's planning an engagement for Anna. But during this time, Elsa hears a voice calling her from beyond, or from the unknown, that's calling out to her. She's hearing this beautiful siren calling out to her to go out somewhere, you know. But we also get a backstory with Elsa and Anna's parents. We get a little more history about the world of Frozen and the enchanted forest where magic beings exist. Basically get a background of the history of the land and the world of Frozen. Then we find out some of that magic is seeping out of the forest and threatening Arendelle, where they were attacked by winds and fire and all these things that were kind of harming their community. So to keep their community safe, Elsa decides to go into the enchanted forest and figure out what's going on, because she's hearing these voices and this siren song calling her. And Anna, not wanting to leave her sister and you know, she's very protective, wants to go with her. So then Kristoff follows, and Olaf follows, and Sven follows, and our heroes go out to seek out the mysteries of the enchanted forest. The thing about the story, there's not like a villain. It's a lot of exploring the past and the history of Arendelle. So I'll give you the good, the bad, and the overall just review and my overall thoughts about the movie. So the good, I like the music a lot better in the second movie than the first movie. Like, you have your traditional musical numbers, you know, that sound like a musical and happy and things like that. But then there's some numbers that are little nods to a particular type of music. Kristoff does a great 80s love ballad. The way they shoot the actual scene, it does come off like an old MTV music video, and I really, as an 80s, 90s kid, I dug that. Into the Unknown's a really cool song. The arrangement of it's really cool, because the key of the song changes, and it's very, it's a strong power ballad, but it's also very subdued as well. And very mysterious in the ear, which I really like. And also the cover by Panic is really great, so I'm a big fan of that. In this movie, I laugh more than the last movie, and there's a great synergy with the voice cast. I gotta give a big shout out to Josh Gad, because Josh Gad I think he really steals the show in terms of one-liners. Like Olaf was kind of annoying to me in the first movie, but this movie I've actually enjoyed his doofiness, and from what I heard, a lot of his stuff was improvised. If you thought Anna was relatable in the first movie, they purposely make her really gross. She's a very like non-traditional princess, where like her hair is always not in the right place. Like she may have like drool coming out. Like she's like a really she's a grody girl. Like, you know, like she's not a princess. She's very unkept. You know, she loves her sister so much, and I think that's what shines the most, like that sisterly love and how much they protect and support each other, you know, which isn't something you see in many classic princess films. I really enjoyed that, you know, and I love that Elsa was very heroic in this movie. Like, she is heroic. Like, you get to see Elsa be a hero. So Elsa kind of reminds me of the classic 80s princess and pony aesthetic. So if you look back in the 80s, you had She-Ra, you had Rainbow Bright. In the 90s, you had Princess Guinevere and the Star Chasers, which is like princesses riding beautiful horses and kicking butt. This whole movie had almost like an 80s like flair to it, which I really dug. The animation in this is quite stunning. The way they animate water in one scene where Elsa is pulling water from a ship to pull memories so she can see them, it's beautiful. I've never seen water animated the way they animate water in this movie. So I think it's really good. Just the way the droplets look, it looks so real. Those are the things I like so far about it. So let's talk about things I don't like. And there are very little things I don't like, and it's not that I don't like them, but just small little, tiny little nitpicks that are good and bad, but I kind of feel like I could see why people would be upset about it. There's a word that was created when Batman and Robin came out, and that word is toyetic. And toyetic means that creating a story, creating characters and things in a movie to just sell toys and merchandise. And the entire time when I'm watching this movie, I was like, I want to buy that toy. That would be a cool toy. That's an awesome toy. Spoiler alert, one of the elemental spirits is a cute little lizard. And you've probably seen it in the promo, but it's a cute little lizard, and it's like, that would make a great toy for a kid to play with, you know. Also on a water horse, that is like the 80s princess riding type of look, you know. And that when I watch, it's like, this is Rainbow Bright, you know. This is like She-Ra, you know. She gallops in like a hero, and they're gonna sell lots of these toys, and I'm sure they have. But it looked very toyetic. So kind of complaint, kind of not, because it's like if I was a kid, I want to buy that toy. I kind of wish there was like a good villain, you know. Like, I feel like every Disney movie needs a good villain. Villains are such a part of Disney films, so it kind of sucks that there is no big villain. I kind of felt this story was a little bit more of a straight-to-video story, or a something you see on TV. I mean, the quality is movie quality, but the story, I felt like the story could have been done for a made-for-TV movie, sadly. But those are all the minor things I didn't like. And my overall review of the film, in terms of good, bad, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this one an 8.5, because I think it improves on the first movie. The animation is really great. Just, I feel like the story could have been, the conflict could have been a little better, or I just like having a villain. Disney villains are quite famous, so it would be nice to have a villain. My theory for the next film, see, at the beginning of the movie, they showed a younger Elsa and a younger Anna playing with each other, and they're playing with these dolls, and my theory is those dolls represent the story for the next film, because she mentioned something about an evil ice goblin and all these things. So watch the movie, watch that scene. There's actually some cool Easter eggs there. There's a Baymax there. There's also a Dumbo there. So that's really good if you're a big Easter egg fan. That's there. My theory is they're foreshadowing the next story. Possibly, who knows if they do a third one. I think they're going to do a third one. It's a big franchise. It's the first kind of princess franchise, you know. Like, we're seeing these characters go on to greater things, and it's not just like a straight to video, you know. They're putting money in this, like they really want to make it. Who knows if this could connect to other Disney films, having a princess universe. That'd be kind of cool. To be honest, that scene in Let's See Wreck-It Ralph, all the princesses come together to save Ralph. I love that scene in that movie, so I'd pay money for a Princess Avengers type movie, so make it happen, you know. But let's see what you guys think. Let's see what my friends think from what I asked in the comment section. Let's see what everybody said. Shannon said, I thought it was amazing, definitely more for the parents who have to watch it non-stop. Good point. Mara said, pretty, not great in my opinion. Didn't like the horse. Liked Elsa in pants. Okay. Kimberly said, loved it. Into the Unknown, the panic version is life. Martine said, not as fond of it as I am the first, though the music is great. Alexander said, great movie. If Frozen 1 was a 3 3 out of 10. I'd say Frozen 2 would be 8 out of 10. I agree. I kind of put 8.5 for my review. Overall, like I said, 8.5 out of 10. What do you think? What would you rate it? And and that'll do it for our first movie club review. Next movie, I haven't decided yet, but I think between the two movies, I think we're gonna keep it on Disney Plus for now, just because a lot of people have Disney Plus. I don't want to go into other streaming services where you may not have it. For this next week, I'm gonna make a poll on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram, and we'll decide on what movie. So far, I had a request for The Lion King, so let's pit The Lion King, classic 90s cartoon, also on Disney Plus, with, what else on Disney Plus that is worth watching? Let's do this. Let's decide. We could review The Lion King from the 90s, or the new live-action Lion King, which I haven't seen yet. I'd be kind of put on the back burner. So let's decide which one you want to do. So once again, the two choices to choose this week will be Lion King, the animated movie, and Lion King, the motion picture, which is also kind of animated, but that's a whole other story. You pick, you decide. I'll announce the movie we're picking on Wednesday, and then we'll watch it over the weekend, and then we'll review one of the Lion Kings. Lion King animated, Lion King live action, which isn't really live action because it's computer animated, but still counts. Either movie, let's decide. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next movie review. Let's enjoy the next movie.